Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and lots going on as always on Patreon. We've got the UK SUDOKU Championship this weekend online. Simon's been doing weird stuff this week with ASMR and then aspect ratio changes, but I've been sent this puzzle by Jeremy Butler, and I say I've been sent this puzzle. He's said in his email that he thinks Simon's been getting all the attention and it's time I got some. Well, that's very kind. I wasn't feeling that, but thank you. And you can see that the thermos in this puzzle spell out MG, apparently, for my initials. So that's very kind of you, Jeremy. Now, what are the rules here? This is a thermo palindrome Sudoku, and the thermos, as usual, have to have numbers that increase from the bulb end, and the coloured lines are palindromes, so they're the same forwards as backwards, but the two ones that cross each other, one has a value, if you add the cells together, of less than 15, the other has a value of over 35. So those are the rules. Now, there are some green circles and pill shapes here. We can ignore those, apparently. They have some sort of hidden meaning for me at the end, so we'll see if they do. I'm not convinced I'm going to get a hidden meaning out of some circled numbers, but let's see. Now, right, let's get cracking. You can try the puzzle on the link below the video, of course, before watching this solve. So I would normally start with the longest thermo, so that only has 2 degrees of freedom, this one, because it's 7 cells long. So I'm entering the possibilities for each cell and not getting particularly inspired. This one above is 5 long, but there is some interaction at the beginning. But it's not actually looking like it's going to limit these very much. I mean, those are 4 out of the numbers 1 to 6. Don't see how that can play into this palindrome or this thermo particularly. These other thermos are all 3, 4 or 5 cells long, which is not very helpful. Maybe the point is to start with that palindrome rule. So these, one has a value of more than 35, but if it was 98789, that would be 41. That's quite a lot of degrees of freedom. Oh, but they interlock. Yes, these cells are shared. So if those were 5s, which is the middle value, 10 plus 9 plus 9 plus 8 on that one would be 36. No degrees of freedom, yes. So on the other one, 5 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 14. So that is what is going on. So we do have 5s in the center. And for some reason I was feeling the purple as 9 and 8 and the red as 1 and 2, but it doesn't have to be that way round. But we do have to have 1 and 9 in the ends and 2 and 8 in the middles. And so now that 1 and 9 are in the end, they're both in the same box, and that cuts down the degrees of freedom here to just 1 degree of freedom on this thermo. And then what? 1, 2 and 3 must be in these cells, but oh, of course, yes, this definitely is not 9 and 8, so I was thinking wrong. But the reason it's not 9 and 8 were, if this was 8 and 9, what could this cell be? It's got no possibilities left. So this one is the 15251 palindrome. So this one is the 95859 palindrome. And that 2 is seeing that cell, so we can fill in this whole thermo. And suddenly we've gone from just having 2 cells filled in to having 15. So that's restricting this stuff quite considerably. They can't be 3 or 4 anymore. This can't be 5. Unfortunately, reducing that down to its lowest values doesn't have many knock-on effects that we like. This can't be 7 or 8 though, so that's something. I don't know. Now what? The other palindrome? Don't think so. It's still very unrestricted. Yes. This palindrome, again, at first sight, not very unrestricted. We've taken 1 out of it, but there's still a lot of possibilities. But look at this whole column and consider, where does 9 go in it? There's a 9 here ruling out the bottom 3. There's a 9 here ruling out that one. And we should know that if a 9 is on a palindrome, on a thermo, it has to be on the end. Apologies if I've already used thermo and palindrome the wrong way round. My brain gets a bit confused when I'm trying to explain what I'm thinking. So, 9 there. And, this is a naked single. 2, 5, 1, 3, 9, 8 in the row, 7, 6 in the box. That's a 4. We've got a 6, 7 pair there. This is 6 because of that 6. 2, 7, 8 down there. That's 1 or 3. I suppose I'm going to fill these in now that 6 is gone. I think there's only 4 possibilities for each. Oh, and that's interesting. 4, 5, 7, 8 on the end of the palindrome. So same over here, but it can't be 7 or 8. So it's just 4 or 5 on the end of the palindrome. And that restricts this thermo, that's very nice, down to 2 or 3. This is 4 or 5 now. Things are getting a bit more restricted. Look, do this 9s thing again. We did it with this long thermo down here. Let's do it down here. Where is 9 going to go? That 9 is ruling out those. This 9 and this 9 are ruling out those. These are too early on the thermo, so 9 is down here. And 9 can't be here, 9 is up here. And 9 can't be here, 9 is there. So we're nearly finished with 9s. 9 there and 9 there. We are finished. Trouble is, putting a 9 on the end of a thermo doesn't do much for the thermo. It doesn't sort of add a great deal to what one knows about it, but still, that felt like it was real progress. If only just because we were entering numbers now. Oh yeah, where does 8 go in this column now? Because 8 is ruled out of there, and it can't be there at the beginning of a thermo. So we can get an 8 in here. 7? Yeah, 7 can't be there. Got to be there. This, though, I think can be 2, 3, 4, or 5. Let's fill in the rest of this. 3, 4, 6. I'm not going to put 7 because it can't end in a 9. 4, 6, or 7. Oh, 5, 6, 7, or 8. Disappointing. I suppose, is this worth filling in? It can't end in a 9, but I'm going to. It can start with any of 4 digits. That can't be a 5 at least. It's not very restricted. This one, 9, 8, and 7 in the column. At least it's just 4 possibilities. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I thought we were going to get a quintuple of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but no. Oh my goodness, though. Look along this row. Oh, that's fascinating. Those 5 digits are from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this one must be 2 because it's got 9, 1, and 2 in the column. That is forming a sextuple. of 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. I mean, and 5. The other way to look at it is where are 1 and 2 in the row, and 2. Well, I mean, they have to be in these 2 cells, and that 1 is telling us which way round. What a clever construction that is. That's really nice. So one of those is a 2. This 1, ooh, 1's there. I was going to say it can't be on the end of the palindrome, but I don't know. It could be. That 1 is seeing this cell, of course. Right, that's good, because that takes out 2 and 3 and 4. In fact, that has now become 5 or 6. So this can't be 4 and that can't be 5. And we're getting a lot more restrictions now. So 5 in this row, there seems to be only one place for it. Yeah, it's got to be here. And that's on the end of the palindrome, so we can fill that one in. That was surprising. Take out 5 there. That cannot be 5 and never should have been. Ooh, 6, 7, 8. No, 8 could be there. No. Right, 5 we can take out from those 2 though. 5, 9, 8, 7. This can't be 2. So 2 has to be in one of those 2. Yeah, we kind of knew 2 was in one of those 2 the whole time. These are from 1, 4, and 3 down on the bottom row. 8, 5 must be in those 2, but it's not very helpful. 2 there. Why don't I just focus on the areas where I'm making progress and not leap around all over the place? Right, well, now we've got a lovely little 6, 7 pair in this row, and that makes 8. This is now 3. In fact, that's the only place it can go. 2, 3, 1, 9, 5. Okay, now we've got a 6, 7 pair in this column. So that's 8. That's 4. Got to be, yeah. This is 6, 7. Now we've got a 6, 7 pair in this column. How clever. Right, that can't be 4 anymore. In fact, none of those can be 4. 6 and 7 pair, remember? So that's 3, so we can do the thermo all the way to the top. That can't be 3, that can't be 2, that can't be 1, but it couldn't be 4. This is 3 or 4. Is that really right? Because that's going to make this 3. If that's the case. But why can't it be 2? Why have I said... Oh, this goes up. Ooh, have I just messed up this thermo? I do sometimes see thermos the wrong way around. 5, 9, 8, 7. 1, 2 or 4. That's all right. 3 or 4, because it can't be 2. And this has to be higher than that. So this can't be 3 anymore. That sort of... Oh, this can't be 4. Okay, so... And 2 has to be here somewhere. Yeah, that's 2. Okay. Right, sorry, not quite understanding what I was actually achieving. Right, we've got 1, 3, and 6 in those cells. That one can't be the 6. That stops that being a 6, though. That's a 7. And then when that finishes off all our 6, 7 pairs over here. 5 and 6 are a pair in the middle, and that thermometer works, yes. Right, 2 and 4 to place there. They're straightforward. One of these is a 4. I can't actually finish that one off. This is not a 6 though. And that means at the start of the thermo, oh well, it's a 2 because that column had 8 cells filled. I think we might have done all the 2s in the grid. Very nearly. We can now finish them off, in fact, including that pair there. That's not a 2 anymore, it's 1 or 3. Now we've got 1, 8, 6 up here, and this is all over this palindrome. So this one has to be 1, 8 or 6, and 8 and 6 are in its column. So that's a 1, that's there. This has to be 6 or 8, but I don't know which. I tell you what that does do though, and I don't know if I need this, but one of... Oh no, I was going to say they were different, but they're not. They're the same. I thought they were going to operate on that. It doesn't do that. 295168. This is 3, 4, and 7. So that's 4 or 7. That could be any of them. 35912. This can't be 6 or 7. So it's 4 or 8. Ah, that 3 has ruled on this 4. This is the last cell in its column. 759624. That makes this a naked 8. That's good. 1, 3. So these are 4, 8, 5 up here. This is not a 4. Now that this is 6 or 7, this has to be 8 on the thermo. So that's sorted out all of that stuff. That's 6 or 7 as well. It doesn't. Okay, in this row is where we can now finish off. 7, 6, 8. That makes this a 7. We still haven't. Oh yes, that 8 does finish off this last palindrome. So they're all done. That 6 does see that. I could have made that false conclusion earlier. 3 there, and I think we're nearly there now. Nice finish. Enjoyed that actually. It's a good workout without being insanely difficult. That's quite good fun. So thanks very much for following along with me there. I'm pretty sure that's correct. The check button obviously will not check what's on palindromes and thermos. It'll just check rows, columns, and boxes. Now, what is going on in these green cells? So we've got 15, 2, 16, 71, but maybe I should read that upwards as 17, 18 if we look at 2-digit numbers. But if that was alphanumeric code, this would be O, B, P, Q, R, and that doesn't mean anything to me. Now, Jeremy said this was some sort of accolade for me, but I don't know what he meant. I can't see what that means. If I'm meant to get something out of 15, 2, 16, 71, 18 in some order, I'm afraid I'm not getting it. I'll come back in a minute when I've found out what he did mean. Hi. So what Jeremy was referring to is the World Sudoku Championship. So if we go to that Wikipedia page, which is now one of 2 Wikipedia pages I mentioned on, and we look not at the main results, but at this little section of over 50 results here, you will see that my name features 4 times. And what Jeremy is pointing out is that I finished second in 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018. But it's about the over 50s championship, and I don't know if that's something I'm incredibly proud of. I would like to have won it, obviously. You may be wondering why I was doing so badly in Beijing and London, because I did attend those, but I hadn't turned 50 at that point, so that I didn't qualify for this competition. Since I did second every time, didn't qualify for the British team last year in Germany, so I didn't go to that. Actually, a couple of these were very frustrating, to be fair. So 2016 in Slovakia there, I was winning at the end of the competition, but they had introduced playoffs, and Zoran Tanasic of Serbia managed to beat me in the playoff. So that was frustrating. The other 2 years either side of that, only my compatriot David McNeil has beaten me in the over 50s category. And then in Prague 2 years ago, I was leading going into the final round. There wasn't going to be a playoff, so I was pretty confident. And Michael Schmidt of Germany had a fantastic round and beat me. So there we go. Constant run of near misses on first place in the over 50s at the World Sudoku Championship. But thank you very much, Jeremy. I think Jeremy's looking at the positives there. And I'm certainly happy to do that. So thank you for playing along with me, and thank you, Jeremy, for sending me a puzzle for once. That's very kind. And look forward to seeing you again soon on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.